Happy holidays. I have a great quilt for you. I say that every time, don't I? Oh, I have a very old-fashioned quilt that I'm going to show you. It's from, the first ones, they were from the 1800s. And mine looks just like it, I think. This is called the split 9-patch, the split 9-patch. And it's just a very, very old pattern that people did. And what is so fun about it, you can use your scraps. Yay! You can use your scraps. That's really cool. And there's only 2 pieces in this whole quilt. There's, in this one, this is a 2.5-inch square. It finishes at 2. And this is a 2.5-inch half square triangle. And that's all it is.
I need that.
You need it. You need it. Well, we've been doing so many things with like 2.5 inches lately, and we've had all of these scraps. So I go, okay, they're going to like this. But anyhow, basically, you just need to sort your scraps into like a light stack and a dark medium stack, and then put it together. So this is my really favorite one because I can hang it in my log home. Yes! It's perfect. Okay. And so also, let me think how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Whoops. So it has 36 blocks in it. Wow. To make this pattern, you need to have even numbers, like 6 across and 6 down. And it's just really easy to do. And it's in your pattern. Okay. You want to see the next one? Thank you, David. You did really good. Now, this is what we all came for. Are you ready? Whoops, it's not what we came for. I don't even see what we came for. Anyhow, Patty did this one, and she did it. It's the Colorado mountains. Patty used to live in Colorado, and so she had a really good time putting this together. And you can clearly see the block. Again, it's 2.5-inch pieces that you start with, but notice that there's always 2 different colors in what is like the center, because you actually press these different, each one different, so everyone locks together. Now, are you excited about locking seams? Oh, yeah, that's the only way you can get beautiful matches, right? And so it all locks together. It's really easy. It's like 3 mountains, and then the next row is like half mountains on each side and just 2 mountains.
So
and
the barn raising Colorado mountain, is that what that is?
I don't think so.
Colorado mountains in fall.
Mountains in fall. Oh, yeah, it is still. There's 3 of them that are all alike. There's 3 of them. Okay, count the blocks. Do you see how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 6 is 36. And what was the last one that I showed you? 36. So they all use the same yardage. And you're right, it is the first column. Okay, you're listening. Good. Okay, yeah, you want to see the back?
Oh, how pretty it is.
Did you miss the back on the last one? The back on the last one was really gorgeous.
Oh, and we didn't show it.
You want to see it?
You want to see it again? Okay, show both of the backs together.
Oh, I like the back of yours.
You like the back of mine? Okay.
Now this is this one,
On the
and
front.
this is this one on the back. Isn't that pretty?
That is really
Isn't
pretty.
that beautiful?
Yeah, so because you can really see the barn raising on it.
This was quilted by Judy Jackson.
And this one was quilted by
No name.
no name.
No name.
That sounds like my telephone when it rings.
I know,
No
it's like
name.
an Amy Potter thing.
It's Amy Potter. I'm pretty sure Amy Potter did it.
No, long arm quilting.
Patty
Tell
does.
us what long arm quilting.
I know, they have to write their names on the back. Okay, so let me check the yardage. Okay, this one, if you're really watching yardage on the back, it's called Playing Under the Kitchen Table. And this is David's. And so, okay, I'll hold one corner for you. Beautiful. Okay, let's switch sides because you have to tell your story, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
You go in front.
You go in front. Okay, there we go.
Hold
Go in
that.
front.
So it just reminded me of my aunt's linoleum floor. And so these were the colors. These were the colors of her kitchen. And so I just remember playing under the table while her and my grandma gossiped. So that's
Drinking
why I know-
coffee and
drinking coffee.
gossiping, huh? But it is really cool. It is really
So you
cool.
call it linoleum? Is that the name of it?
Playing under the kitchen table.
You're playing under the kitchen
Yeah.
table. So David had to be different, right? Everybody in the crowd has to be different. There really are two different blocks, but David made it complicated for himself because he used turquoise for the center square every time. So he just had to keep two stacks going while he was pressing. Yeah, but it looks really nice. And if you want to look at your photograph, you don't have to actually keep it. Okay, your photograph for playing under the kitchen table is on page 10, and your yardage is right beside it. Good? It's really pretty, yeah, and the quilting is gorgeous. And who did the quilting for you?
Melva
Melva?
did, yeah.
Melva Williams. Yay, Melva. That's really cool.
Really pretty.
Okay, and we are missing one.
Which one?
We're missing one, but we'll get it later. We'll save that for the surprise because this is Christmas. You can see, start on the back. Definitely looks like Christmas. All the reindeer, jumping reindeer.
Frolicking on the back.
I had a little boy visit my home in Julian, and it was reindeer that were hopping through my yard, running so fast, just like this, running. And when he saw his daddy, he ran down, "Daddy, Daddy, I just saw a kangaroo." Well, when you're little, anything that runs and hops through the yard, huh?
That kid needs a trip to the zoo.
So, okay, you ready to see the front? And it does say Merry Christmas, and now it's fun. Ooh, so this one is different. I wanted to get it done quicker. Oh, who am I trying to kid? I had my teacher training classes help me do it. They all made blocks, so it was just really fun. So these are all 3.5-inch squares, and you can see, you can see that basically it is also 6. Is it 6 or is it 8? 2, 4, 4, it's 12. It's a lot of blocks, huh? It's a lot of blocks. There is yardage for it. The photograph is on page 22. It's actually, it's 18 and 1836. Yeah. They are, it is 6.
That is so cool.
It is really pretty, isn't it? It's really fun. And Brian looked down and he said, "Ooh, is this for the log home? I hope it gets there, huh?" It's done. I'm very, very excited. So I just really wanted to accent the blacks. They were all scraps, but we did a little narrow black border and then the red. Notice the two different colors of centers, always one green and one red. And when they're set together, each block alternates. So this starts green, red, green, red, green, red, the whole way across. Then the next row begins with the opposite color and goes the whole way across. And when you do that, the way they are pressed, you're gonna love it.
They're gonna nest.
They all lock together. They nestle, they don't wrestle. And so it's really fun. And then I actually did this in groups of 4. You can easily set groups of 4 together and set the 4. And if you want to turn the page, you'll see what I mean. Over on page 26, you'll see those groups of 4 blocks that I set together. And then when you put it together, it was really fast and really easy. Lots of fun.
This, I tell you.
You're into this?
Yeah, I like it.
It's cool. That's good.
Now, are these squares bigger?
They're bigger. What size are they? 3 inch. And they start out 3.5. They're 3-inch finish size. So actually we can use two different sizes of cubes. Two different sizes of cubes. You can use the 6-inch cube for this one, and you can use the 8-inch cube for the 2.5. And I hope I have that right.
Yes.
You know why? If you look right on the back page, it tells you. Everything is there. As I said, I'm already on to 2018. Do you see in the back in the bottom right corner? We can show Eric. Do you see how it says 8-inch cube for 2.5-inch? And if you would like to do the 3-inch, you use a 6-inch cube for 3.5-inch. So do all of you have at least one of those? Let me see. Anybody have those cubes? Yep, 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 yep. Okay, this is cool. All right.
All right.
Now, Eleanor, I have to ask you a question. Did you use some kind of layer
Did-
cake or something with that?
Did I use a layer cake? Actually, for that one, I used yardage.
Oh.
That one I used yardage. I did yardage, which I'll show you. But anyhow, yes, you can do a layer cake. This is how it goes. It uses you can do all of the sizes of pre-cuts. And that's what's really fun. Or you can do scraps. But you can do jelly rolls or 2.5-inch strips. Or you could do layer cakes, 10-inch. Or you could do charm squares. Ooh.
This sounded real good.
It sounded really good? Okay, how about let's start right there.
Start
Want to start right there? Yeah, you know what? I love to use my scraps. David, the one we didn't see is on page 7. That one's really fun. Okay, so let's just start cutting as if you're going to do the 2.5-inch. So there it is right there on page 3. See, it shows fabric selection, 5-inch squares, 2.5-inch from 10-inch, or 2.5-inch strips. That's good, huh? That's really good. Okay, so let's just keep on turning the page. There's the yardage. Yes, ask me.
Okay, when you get charm cuts, are they cut with those little,
Yes. Yeah.
what do you, how do you put it on there?
I'm going to show
Okay,
you right now. It is a little touch and go, but you can do it.
I never know what to do with those little edges.
I know. So I want you to go to the rotary cutting with the 2.5-inch charm squares on page 13. Page 13. Page 13. And it starts out exactly with the charm squares. I'm using cube 8 and shape number, what? 2.
2. Yes.
2, it's number 2. Okay, so this is 4 2.5-inch squares. 2.5 and 2.5 add up to what?
5.
As touch and go, huh?
Oh, yeah.
But you can do it. Yes, you can do it. Don't worry. Okay, so let's just go ahead and take a stack. And one of the girls was in here cutting, and she said, don't stack up too many because it's really tight. Who was doing that? Okay, so normally you could stack up 6. Here is my little rough edge, but I'm just going to look at my die, and it's got the 4 2.5-inch squares. So I'm just going to center it, and because they do those little rough edges, it seems to be about an 1/8 of an, not even, maybe a 1/16 of an inch oversized to compensate. Do you want to put in 3 of them? Is that good?
Sure.
Is that good? Okay.
They're all lined up. I have a question.
Yes.
When you have those charm packs, or you cut 5-inch squares to do this, or whatever you do,
Uh-huh.
do you have to line up the grain lines so that they're the same?
Your dies are already set at a little bit of an angle. And you have to make your grain line follow the blades in the die. You don't put your fabric on crooked. You put it on just like the pieces underneath.
But then do you have to have all the lengths of grains stacked together and all the width of grains?
Well, you can figure it out, but I don't take time to do
Okay,
it.
then I won't.
Oops! Did you want to hear that?
Yes.
You don't want to stretch each one of them and find out how it goes?
Teresa does.
She does? I'm going to fire that girl. Oh, no. Okay, so this is just the first one, okay? And I just put a couple of layers on there, but do you know how easy it is to just stand with a stack of 5-inch squares and a whole pack and just stand there and cut them? How fast and easy that goes. Okay, so,
Yeah.
yeah, so now, did you guys see that little stuff fall off?
That's all you got?
That's it.
That's it. That's what you get. But you still have good 2.5-inch squares. See? I just now did 3, 6, 9, 12, 2.5-inch squares. And yeah, see, you do have this little stuff. So that's good, right? We like that. We're happy. So we could just go through our whole charm pack for 5-inch squares. Okay, so that's for the squares. Now you have the half square triangles, 2.5 inch. And what I found, this is again very, very tight, okay? So look at the die. You can get 2. And if you want to take your light and your dark, remember, you put them right sides together, get the edges lined up, and I hope my iron is hot. Ooh, it is, because I found out that if you take these pieces, they're right sides together, fold them very closely, and then press that fold in, it really works good for you. Yeah, so this is actually 4 layers. You can do 6 layers, but if I took one more set, that would be how many layers? You don't want to do that, right?
No.
Too many.
Too many sets.
Or if you're not watching TV and you feel like doing it. Okay, so look, once again, it's very tight, but you can do it. Okay, so I'm just going to line up the fold with the edge, and I've got that little bit. See how it's angled? You angle that. Do you see any of the blade?
Well, a little bit
Yeah,
on the screen,
yeah.
but I think it's just
At
under
the
the
seam,
fold.
at the fold.
Oh, I see that too. I'm just going to slip it.
I would line up the cut edge rather than the fold edge.
Oh, you would line
Yeah, I
up
like
the
the
cut.
fold edge,
You want me to turn it around? All right. Let's see. Okay. Ooh, we're talking smidgen. So, if you want, you can do bigger pieces. If you're going to struggle and worry too much, forget it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then we're just going to take that one. Do, 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 do. And that's good. Okay, little pressure on the mat. Ooh, look at this. That was the fold.
Folds off of there. Cool.
What do you think?
I think it's cool.
Still good?
Yeah.
It's still good.
Still good.
So we have 4 of these right there. Or you could call in the big guns. Ah. Get excited. No messing around. Okay, so first we did the charm. So now, what do you think we're going to get?
I bet you're going to get that layer
Layer cake.
Oh,
You're gonna have a cake time.
I've been working with my new line of fabric, and that's why I have all of these. Okay, so this is called the multiple 2.5-inch die.
Wow.
And I think it gives you the number right there. It shows you the multiple, and
And that's from the what size of pack? What size is the,
You have to use a layer cake this time.
okay.
And
No, I
you're
mean-
going to have 2.5. Yes, 2.5.
So it's 55059.
It's a different number. It's not part of the cube.
Oh, okay.
It is 55059.
Oh.
It's a separate die, which is very useful if you are going to do a lot of 2.5-inch squares. Yes. And so how many am I going to make in 1 second? Let's see how our math
Are you
is.
gonna stack 6 on there?
3, 6, 9. I don't know. Should I try?
Sure.
Oh,
Well, if we
okay.
break the machine, we should probably
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Well, look, this is not nearly as critical, right? No. But I'm going to take the light out of here because we're just getting squares, right?
Yep.
Yes.
We're just getting squares. 27. That's 3. Okay. Ooh, let's get purples and reds. Let's see, I said 3. That was 2. 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh boy.
It'll do it. It'll look good.
It'll look good.
My God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we didn't bring this one over either. This is the one that's on your cover. We're missing 2 quilts, David. This is the cover. Oh, I took it into Benartex. Since I saw you, I went to Market and did a presentation to Benartex with my new fabric line. Did I not get to tell you that I got to sell this fabric? And David, the president of Benartex, said I was a really good salesperson. That was fun. Okay, so I do have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes I think that I shouldn't show off. The mat
Uh-huh.
on top.
Yep. And off you go.
Okay, 9 times 6 is
54 squares.
Wow.
If you don't have this machine, that's the reason why.
In one sweep. Look at that. Yeah.
as you all wait with bated breath.
It'll work.
You can't wait,
Went
huh?
through the machine.
It'll work.
Huh?
It'll work.
Woo, spin it around. Spin it around. I need my pair of scissors. Oh, no, I need my scissors handy. Oh, where's my little scissors? Maybe you shouldn't have done 6. I've got a lot of good ones, but I didn't cut quite through. I think that I should have only done 4. What do you think?
Probably, yeah.
Probably. Would have been better.
It's a little thick for the
It's a little thick.
die.
Yes, I think so.
It's the good quality of fabric that's got some body to it.
Oh, thank you, David. Thank you. Yeah, so sometimes you have to go back and you have to cut the little pieces apart. But anyhow, I have enough to work with, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you can do exactly the same thing with the multiples on stack up layer cakes and cut all of those. And there's a lot of those too. Okay, we're good.
What is that, Eleanor? That you've got, that one on top? The die, no, the one that you put, that die.
The die you just showed that you didn't use.
The one that you just showed that you didn't use?
The one that I just showed you is 55063.
That's the multiple.
55063.
Okay, for the select
That's the
multiples
multiples
for
of
half
2
the
and 1/2.
triangles.
Yep.
That's written down.
2-inch finished.
Yes. Okay. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, but look, so you've seen me do the 2.5-inch strips, right? With my cutter, but you could also lay them on your mat, on your board the other way and cut all 2.5 that way. And that works good. Do you want me to demo that, or are you guys okay? You just bought it?
You might want to see it.
Okay. Oh, it's going away. Are you asking me for my scissors? Is that what you're asking me for? Thank you. Okay, 2.5-inch strips. First of all, you can cut your 2.5-inch strips anyways with the cutter, but now you can cut these into 2.5-inch squares, and you just take your jelly roll. And this, if you've never seen this, this is the one that just totally fascinates me. Like, how do you use this one? But I'm just going to take a strip and lay it across. I'm going to cut off the selvage. I'm going to line it up on my strip, and I'm looking underneath, and there is actually already 6 layers right there. And then you can take another strip and lay it beside it and fold it in half and get another strip and just keep on doing it, right? Got it? Okay, then you have to put on this big,
2.5 inch wide?
what's that?
2.5 inch wide?
They were a jelly roll, a 2.5-inch strip.
What size are you cutting?
2.5. I'm going the other way and cutting 2.5-inch. See, we could have lined it all up along there. What's that?
Well, there goes your box.
Oh, yeah, I could have got, look how cool that is. Woo! You should always have your table clear when you use this. I was just demonstrating, right, what happens. Okay, so there you go. So now we've got this 2.5 little folds. But out of your strip, you can get 16 2.5-inch.
You ought to be able to whip this quilt out.
Man, you should see me whip out. Is that good?
Yeah.
These are really nice too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the 2.5-inch strip cutter. Oh my gosh, that comes with the Ready, Set, Go set. The Christmas gift set. Did you guys ask Santa Claus for the Ready, Set, Go set? It has the 2.5-inch die. It has the 8-inch cube. It has the Accuquilt cutter in it. It's all set to go. Okay. And the cube book.
10 by 24-inch mat.
Yes. Thank you. It's a lot. David, it's a good deal. It's like,
David's bringing it in.
oh, ho, ho, ho.
Wow. Wow, look at all that in there. A cutter, a cube.
David and I opened it at camp and showed everybody, and we were so excited because there's even a little indentation in the packaging for my book. Is that cool?
Yeah.
That was really special. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to see how to sew these blocks together. You want to see that? Okay, I want you to go back to page 2. Okay? And remember I told you about how blocks actually lock together. Well, there's block A. I did block A, and the center is always going to be brown. Okay, block A, well, on this quilt. And maybe you could put this quilt up on the design wall, David, my barn raising. Okay, it's brown in the center, and there's 3 background, 1, 2, 3. There's 3 darks, 1, 2, 3. And then there's the half square triangles, 2 of them. Good? Okay, so this is what I put the tag on so you can remember. It says A, press in. That's kind of like a cheer. You just say, A, press in. Okay, and you do that when you're dancing at the machine. A, press in. And when you look at the back side at my seams, the seams on the half square triangles are pressed in. Whoa, David.
It's on automatic.
Okay, the seams are pressed in. The seams are pressed in. The seams are pressed in. Can you tell that when you look? And you look at the picture right there beside A. It says everything's pressed in. So then the second one, if we're going to do A, press in, woo! And now we're going to do press out. B is press out. And this time I used the red. And so now turn it over, press out. Okay, seams on the half square triangles are pressed out, pressed out, pressed out, pressed out. Everything is pressed out, and look at the little drawing.
Except for the middle though.
Well, it has to be.
Yeah, okay,
They're always so that you lock. You always have to lock, and it does say what you do with the middle row. Yeah, yeah, they're all pressed out, and even the triangle piece squares are pressed out. Okay. So that's the two of them, and whenever you have the two of them, and you've always done that, then see, whenever I set my blocks together, I did, how about, let's see, like this. If you look, here is a block with brown. Here is a block with red. And then alternate, this is brown, so this one beside it has to be red. And this one beside has to be the opposite. And everything locks together. And then, of course, you do the little swirling thing. Okay? And the same thing when you do an arrow. It's just truly amazing. Look at that. It's always, it doesn't matter as long as it's the opposite blocks and you press them exactly like I said. Okay? Is that good? Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to show you how you sew these seams. Let me see. I have my stiletto. So the thing with the Accuquilt, and I think most of you have done this already now. The thing with the Accuquilt is that you always use a sew straight. Really smart to use a sew straight. It works really best. And you just put them right sides together. And, oh, what did you give me? Huh? Oh, the box was in my way. I have a lot of stuff, yeah. I know. And also, I don't even have my machine set. Okay, go. Let me see. No, it says lower presser foot. Okay, let me lower presser foot. Oh, darn it. I hate this. Okay, close. It's turned on. Okay. Always whenever somebody else sets it up for me, whenever I'm still getting stuff together, then I never know exactly how they do it. Okay, so you just keep the tip, the point, right on the line. And so now I'm just going to take this one, keep dark on the top. And I'm just going to follow behind. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. And sometimes you have to grab hold and just put it through. And you just sit. And this one I'm going to use, this one's going to be A. So how am I going to press these little seams? A is in. A is in. You're good. A is in. Oh, okay, okay. So it should tell you right there.
I know, but it says to the right. To the right, I know, but how do you know what's considered in? In's
What is considered in?
when you have, if you're just making a bunch of triangle pieces.
Okay, on page 12. page 12, it shows the seams are pressed toward the dark.
Okay.
And on B, the seams are pressed toward the light.
Okay.
Is that good? That's easy, huh?
Better. Okay.
That's better. Okay, so let's just do 2 of them. I'll separate. I have 4 here. Ta-da! Okay, so whenever I'm going to press to the dark, I always put the dark on the top, set the seam, open, and just press into the dark. And then just go and press into the dark. And so on the back side, they're pressed to the dark, right?
Right.
Okay, so this is A, and you can do half of them that way. When I want to do B and I want to press to the light, I put light on top. Set the seam, open, press toward the light. And so now basically I have 2 sets. Okay, so look on the back side. Now this is pressed to the light.
Makes it a B.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Light and dark.
Yep.
2 different ones. This is good.
This is good.
I think it's good.
Very good.
Okay, so now I do have way too many pieces here, don't I? Okay, so the whole gist of putting these blocks together is A, and that is on page 14, and I wonder if I should do turquoise. I don't think I have turquoise. So it's like your picture.
Okay.
You want me to do it like your picture? Okay, so there, that's good. Okay, so that's the dark, and now I need to find the triangle piece square that seams are pressed toward the dark. Okay, and this is what I hate to do. I'm so dyslexic, it really gives me trouble. Okay, so now there's the start, and then we need to have 3 darks. 1, 2, 3. Different, right? 1, 2, 3. And then we need to have 3 lights. And they would be in the stack. Oh, look. I'm getting them all messed up, and I had them all neat. That's what I do. Okay, so 1, 2, and try to keep them different. But if you can't, make them the same. There. Is that the block?
Yeah.
Isn't that exactly what you see right on page?
14.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Switch the flower in the corner.
Switch the flower.
There. Those 2. No,
No.
the ones you just put your
light
hands
up,
on.
the light one. Put it next
That one and that one.
Next to each other down the kitty corner.
Yeah, that kitty corner.
Oh! Got it?
We're just trusty, that's all.
Okay. So I'm just going to take, and it says take the middle row, flip 1, 2, 3, and we're just going to assembly line right down through there, right? Okay, so pick up the first one, line it up, and just so. And so you can do 1 block at a time, or you can just assembly line sew to your heart out. Oh, thank you, David. Would you make sure that iron is hot? You have to hold a button down, and it's not. I haven't taken the time. 1, 2, 3, right? Third one, and you would just keep on. You can repeat that row right over and over again, or just do 1 at a time, whatever you want to do. I know some people don't like to do assembly line. They get all confused. Open it up. This is row 1, row 2, 1 and 2 together. Yes?
Yes.
And this go back here. Right?
Yes.
Go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's the block. So both A and B are assembly line sewn just like this. There's no difference in the first vertical rows. It's whenever you do the next rows that you have to press. This is going to be, so somehow I got the wrong one. Yes, I did. How is the seam pressed? It's not pressed toward the dark. See that? Ah!
Good catch.
Good catch. I've done a few of these. Okay, so then now just butt this one on. This one is pressed toward the dark, out. Okay, so now we're going to just turn it. We're on page 15. And I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to go. I'm on page 15, and I'm beside number 7. Okay? I'm on number 7, and it says flip row 3, right sides together to
Row 2.
row 2. And what do I do with the seams on top? In. Press the seams in, and underneath they go the opposite way. So these seams go in, and underneath they go the opposite way, so they lock together. Are you guys with me?
Yes, we're on page 15.
You're not confused? Okay, turn it around. Woo! Flip these right sides together. And I'm on the opposite side. And how am I supposed to flip the seams? In, and underneath goes out. And they're all going to be matched. Okay, and this goes in. Match the corners. Woo!
Oh, that's pretty.
Is it perfect?
That is.
Does it lock?
Yes.
Are they matched? They're pretty good. They're pretty good. And now for the final seam on page 15, number 10 and 11, it says number 10. How do you do it?
Press seams in.
Press seams in. Press seams in.
This picture on the bottom of page 15 has me confused.
Because it shows it.
Okay, so they're going in. Everything's going, these two seams are going in. And then on the other side, you can just flip it over and press it again.
Looks good.
What do you think?
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good.
So this is the one block. This is A. And then all you're going to do when you do B, you do it exactly the same way, but you change the colors. You change the colors. And this time, all the seams get pressed out. But it's exactly the same way. It looks the same on the front, right? But they're just the opposite pressing. And that's B. And you turn the page, beep. And there it is.
Yeah,
Whew.
I see where like down by 10 and 11, it doesn't have the little dog ear. So that's why it makes more sense.
That's why I was just confused down there, sorry.
Yeah.
It was just me.
There's some little dog ears that got out of out of place. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do now is show you how you lay out the quilts. I'm going to take my 3.5 inch and then I'll go back and show you how to cut 3.5 inch. Okay? Let's just assume that you already knew that. And these are all, I stacked them up and numbered them. And David, oh, you became cameraman. Oh, let me see. We need somebody taller. I'm sorry, Brenda. We need somebody taller.
You want me?
Yeah, come on, Barb. You can do it. Hello.
Hi, sweetie.
Okay, so this is the top row. Okay, so these are the bigger blocks, the Christmas blocks. Okay, just put it exactly as it is. Yep, same direction. And what I did was I looked in my log cabin book, and there are all these down underneath. We're going down.
Oh, going down.
Yes, we're going down, and we're going to create a star with this block. And this goes underneath it down. Okay, that's row 1. Okay, and this is going to be 16 blocks again. This is going to be row 2 up at the top, and we're going straight down. And notice that the green and the red are alternating right now. Ta-da! Ooh, okay, and put that one across the bottom. Okay, row 3. Does it look? Step back, see a star.
Yes.
Okay, now go straight down the row. Aren't you glad I figured this all out before I came in? I laid it out. And I moved a couple of blocks. The center is all solid. You see, these are points right here. And one more. So I use my numbered pins. Okay, and so every seam, there's a lot of seams here, and they will all lock together. 2. Ooh. There's one that's kind of goofy. This print is weird, huh?
I like that.
You like that one? Okay, and this is the last one. So when you step back, and if you kind of squint, you'll see it.
I see it.
You see it?
I see it. I see the stars.
And you can really see it in the TV.
Yeah.
But every other one, and you can do any layout. See the barn raising, it's 16 blocks too. You can do any of the layouts. If you have my log cabin book, it has all these different layouts for the blocks for log cabin. But these blocks are exactly the same, basically because they have light and they have dark. And so it's just really fun. Okay, I think I have a little bit of one for borders. You want to put borders around as much as you can. I would frame it with black like we did. And I have pieces already. So now we're going to switch to the 6-inch cube. The 6-inch cube. And we need to have the 6-inch cube. It says we need to have shape 1. Shape 1, which is a 3.5-inch square. And shape 3. Shape 3, which is the half square triangle. And you can also do a multiple one, 3.5. And this is 55009. Good? You guys are with me. You're not going to sleep, right? You're okay. Okay, so look how cute this is. You just take, for the triangle, you can just take a light and a dark, put them right sides together, and I'm just covering this up. Whoops. It's pretty. Oh, it's 2 of them. Light and dark, right sides together. Rough cut them so they're a little bit bigger. This is just for squares. You can take the squares and fold them, cover them up. So you need to have a die, a mat, same color, or the same size. Whoops, oops, oops, oops. I'm starting to think that maybe we're getting long. Now I'm hurrying up. And you do 2 at a time. You show off. So this is sewn exactly the same way. There's your 3.5-inch squares. And here are your 3.5-inch half square triangles. No. I felt really lucky just to find that. But doesn't a border help?
Yes, it really helps see the pattern.
It does. It really helps to see the pattern, and actually, with a narrow framing border would look really good. So I have to see if, what do you think? You think I should sew this together this weekend?
Absolutely.
If you have spare.
Yay! That's it. Questions? Woo!